Hello, my name is Dr. Graeme Macaloney. I'm the master whisky maker here at Macaloney Distillers Limited. This and the next session, we're going to be talking about wood casks, oak casks, and whisky maturation. Next video, we'll talk about cask sizes, sherry wood, that kind of stuff. But today, we're going to talk about the proprietary Dr. Jim Swan shaved toast rechar method. Jim was an Einstein, was called the Einstein of whisky. He was a maturation expert, and he invented this new maturation method. And he started off doing it with a Portuguese red wine. Okay, and this is an example of the Portuguese red wine, quite a thin stave. Okay, and what we mean by the shaved toast rechar method is that normally a red wine cask, or barrique as we call it, a red wine barrique would be emptied of the red wine, sent immediately to the single malt distillery to be filled with single malt, and away you go. But Jim Swan said, no, I'm going to give this oak cask a special treatment. So once it's emptied of the red wine and it's dripping wet, he then sends it back to the cooperage, and the cooperage shaves off the old char. It's gotten tired. It acts like a chemical filter. So that's somewhat tired. The cooperage shaves it off. But then they'll shave off 2-3 millimeters of the actual wood to get into fresh wood. Then they toast the wood and finally re-char the wood. But that toasting is a critical step because the toasting breaks open the wood structure and it allows for a conversation for the alcohol, the whisky, to get into the wood, react with the wood, pull out the colour, pull out the wood spices and other flavours. And that really leads to fantastic maturation, having an active wood like this. So that's the definition of the shaved toast rechar. And we love the shaved toast rechar method so much that we've actually continued to work with several cooperages, and we can now get access to Oloroso, Pedro Jimenez, bourbon casks, that, in addition to the Portuguese red wine, that have all been shaved toast recharred to the Jim Swan method. Here, I mentioned earlier about the thinner stave. And the thinner stave here, you can see juxtaposed right beside the regular stave, a good 3 millimeters thinner. Now, what does that mean? Not a lot of people really have stopped to think about this. Many understand the shaved toast rechar benefits, but the thinner stave resulting has a major impact on maturation. With this thinner stave, the diffusion path for the alcohol to leave the cask is much shorter. You get a much bigger angel share. With this shaved toast rechar cask, and here in Victoria, Canada, 7% angel share. Compared with in Scotland, with this thick stave, maybe 2% angel share. Dramatic difference. Lots of whisky being lost, but that's a quid pro quo for maturation. It's what you give and take to gain deeper complex maturation. Because once the alcohol whisky leaves, air comes back in. When that air comes in faster now, it contains 21% oxygen. Oxygen is very reactive, and now it reacts with the wood, with the oak, with the whisky, and you get this oxidative maturation that in regular wood could take decades to give you that deep, complex oxidative maturation. But with the shaved toast rechar, thinner staves, it's happening in a fraction of the time. And so there is one of the big secrets to the success of Macaloney's world's best whiskies. The shaved toast rechar got us world's best up against 27-year-old matured whiskies, and it was a fraction of the age. And so that's the story of shaved toast rechar. And I look forward to seeing you again next time.